What's up YouTube, welcome to a next video, and this time I'm going to be covering some Pokemon that you should definitely be using in the current OU tier or just competitive wise. And let's get into our first Pokemon. The first Pokemon is Diggersby, an ugly ass ground rabbit. That's what I thought at least. Looking at its stats, they aren't really as good. It does, like, its best stat is its HP and its defense. Not defense, but HP with 85 and speed with 76, and its attack is fairly decent with, or not fairly bad, with 56. But it gets his special ability or hidden ability called Huge Power, which also is the main reason why Azumarill is such a threat. And Huge Power doubles your attack, so with a max out attack and adamant nature, you have 464 attack in total, and that's absolutely huge. That's more than Adamant Groudon and Adamant Zekrom, and more than maxed out attack Deoxys attack. So it has the second best attack stat in the game, which is absolutely insane. Plus, it can learn Sword Dance, Bulk Up, Agility, and Priority Quick Attack, Stab. Also it can learn Spikes, so if you want to set up spikes with it, go ahead. Alright, let's get to our second Pokemon, GOODRA. GOODRA is the main pseudo-legendary in Pokemon X and Y. It's not Noivern, because Noivern only has 2 stages, even though the Pokedex evolution stages, even though the Pokedex says so. But GOODRA is, I think, probably the main evolutionary line Pokemon. Pseudo Pokemon, yeah. It has excellent defensive stats. It has 90 base HP, 100 base defense, and 150 special defense. Added that with a very good 110 special attack. It's a very good Pokemon, and you can also run Sap Super ability on that, which does give you an immunity to Grass type Pokemon. So you can just switch it in on any Spore and you get an attack boost. Plus you can also learn Draco Meteor and Sludge Wave, and it's a very perfect counter for most of the special attacking Pokemon, especially like Rotom or something like that. And I'm pretty sure it eats up Volcarona's Bug Buzzes pretty well. So yeah, that's definitely a good Pokemon. Alright, let's get to our next Pokemon. CHESNAUGHT, the third Pokemon in the X and Y Pokedex. You're probably thinking, CHESNAUGHT, that it shouldn't be such on this list, but actually it is pretty good. First of all, it has 88 base HP and 122 base defense, which makes it a very good defensive Pokemon. Plus, it also has 102 attack, I'm pretty sure. I did not note it, but yeah, which is also very good for this Pokemon. But its main reason why it's on the list is Bulletproof ability. This is the only Pokemon that gets this ability, and it gives you complete immunities to some special moves. Now this is the fair reason why this is the perfect Gengar counter. If it's not running Dazzling Gleam, which I told you should do. But as of right now, to like almost every Gengar set, this is the perfect counter, because it has immunity against Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, and Focus Blast, and those are the main 3 attacking moves that Gengar runs. If it runs Thunderbolt, then that's no problem, because resist it, that's not going to do too much. So, and every time you switch in a CHESNAUGHT to a Gengar, you win in a 1v1. Plus, you can just set up a substitute, for example. Alright, our next Pokemon, a lot of you probably already heard about, is Malamar. And the special thing about this Pokemon is, even though it does not have good attack stat, or just any good stat, its attack with 92 is fairly decent. It has the ability Contrary. And the one move that makes this Pokemon so useful is Superpower. Now if you know Contrary, it basically reverses your stat changes. So if you would run Sword Dance on this Pokemon, then you would get +2 attack. The fun thing is if you switch it into Sticky Web, it gets 1.5 speed. So if you run Superpower on it, then every time you use Superpower, you get +1 attack and +1 defense. Now, only Spindo was able to do that in the previous generations, and this Pokemon is of course way better than Spindo. And a Scarf Malamar set is very popular because you outspeed major threats, or most of the Pokemon that aren't Scarfed, of course, and you can just go for Superpower, boost your attack, boost your defense, and you're pretty much unstoppable at one point. Plus, if you switch it on a Sticky Web, as I mentioned, your speed is also boosted. Alright, so the last Pokemon on this list is Trevenant. Trevenant is a Ghost Grass type, and it's a really annoying Pokemon to deal with. First of all, it has 85 HP, 110 attack, 67 defense, and unmentionable garbage special attack, 82 special defense, and 56 in speed, base speed. That makes it a Pokemon that can only, as it seems, attack pretty well, but you can run a defensive set on this, giving it max HP and maybe max special defense, because that's its better slot. And you can run Harvest on this and Leech Seed. And Harvest Leech, the combo of Harvest, Leech Seed, a Citrus Berry, and Substitute really makes this Pokemon very annoying and very good to deal with a lot of Pokemon that don't have super effective moves against it, because it can just set up a Substitute and get its HP back from the Citrus Berry, re-harvest that while it has a Leech Seed up, so it regains HP every time. So yeah, that was my top 10 list and top 5 list from the Pokemon that you should be using in the 6th generation as of right now. I might continue this series, but definitely leave a like at this end of the video. It was a lot of work and I put a lot of effort in it, so I would appreciate it. Peace out, guys.